Hey gang, this is Mike with my real estate dojo, and today I want to do a comparison between real estate and gold. To get more specific, I want to do real estate buy and hold, where that's what I do for the past 7 years plus, where I've been a real estate investor where I bought properties and I rented it out, and now I'm a gold investor now, and so I have great experience in buy and hold real estate, creative real estate, and I want to do a comparison between gold and real estate. One of the first things I want to talk about is that many people say, well, point number one is cash flow. When you buy a rental property, let's say you do creative financing and you put $2,000 or $3,000 down, and you take over a seller's house payment and you turn around and rent the property and make $200 or $300 monthly cash flow after paying the mortgage, after paying the taxes, after paying the insurance. The spread is called the cash flow. So with real estate, you get what's called monthly cash flow if you structure the deal right. Where with gold, there is no monthly cash flow from it. So if you spend $10,000 in gold, you're not going to get any monthly cash flow. You're not going to get any dividends. You're not going to get anything like that, okay? With real estate, you do get cash flow. Now, the other idea I want to talk about is comparing the liquidity part, okay? With real estate, if you want to cash out your property, it's going to take anywhere between 30 days to 45 days minimum, because majority of people in America don't own their home free and clear, or their buyer does not have cash to buy the property. Only about 33% of all the house buyers own their home free and clear. So that means that when somebody wants to buy your property, or if you want to sell your property, that buyer is probably going to get traditional financing, FHA, conventional, which is going to mean that it's going to take about 30 to 45 days for the deal to close. So when it comes to liquidity, real estate, it takes a long time to sell your property, okay? The other problem with liquidity is that there's a lot of what I call dicks in this equation, okay? There's a lot of bureaucracy. You know, there's a lot of people involved. You have to, the house has to pass inspection. The house has to pass appraisal. You're gonna have to have a buyer that has to work with the realtor. You're gonna have a bank involved. So as you can see, it's a very complex process. Not only does it take 30 to 45 days, but also there's a lot of people involved with this transaction to go through. For example, if the house doesn't pass inspection and you don't have the money, or you don't want to put the money into the property, then you're not going to be able to sell it traditionally with an FHA or VA or conventional loan per se. Where if you compare real estate with gold, the liquidity is very, very simple. Let me give you a quick example. My dad is a refugee to America. He doesn't even have a high school education, college education. When he came to America, he didn't even speak that much English. He took his gold, he went to a pawn shop, and he was able to liquidate it in less than 30 minutes, less than an hour, the time that it took him to drive there and sell it. Now, of course, if you sell it to a pawn shop, you're gonna get less from the spot. But the point I'm trying to make is gold is very, very liquidable. And the other important thing is, it doesn't matter what country you're in. If you buy gold from America and you go to India, you're able to liquidate it. You go to Pakistan, liquidate it. You go to California, liquidate it. Where real estate is stationary. I mean, if you're, let's say, in California, you can still sell your property, but you're only going to be able to sell it to the buyers that are in that area where your property is located. Where your gold, you can take it with you to California, you can take it with you to Brazil, whatever, and everybody's going to understand that what gold is, and they're willing to buy it from you quickly. So when it comes to liquidity, gold is way faster. Buying real estate and holding them and then trying to sell them, it takes a significant amount of time. There's a lot of people involved in the transaction for it to go through. So that's another point with liquidity, with real estate and gold. I took a couple of notes because I always freestyle this stuff, so I want to make sure I don't forget anything. Okay, let's talk about the management part. Now, I've been 7+ years being a professional landlord, and let me tell you guys, to manage a property is a lot of work. You know, you have to screen tenants, you have to do evictions, you have to rehab the property, you have to pay realtors for every listing, so you have to market the property, you have to inspect the property when the renter leaves, when the renter comes in, you have to do a checkpoint. So there's a lot of stuff involved. When they're ready to sign the lease, they got to come to your office, and it's going to take an hour to go over all your lease and procedures. You got to have a manual, you got to learn how to do discrimination and all this stuff, right? So the managing part of real estate is not simple at all. There's so many different laws you have to follow, local and federal level. And so, sure, it gives you cash flow, which is a great thing, but there's a lot of management that comes with it. With gold, there's really no management. You could buy it from a gold dealer and put it into a gold vault or a gold safekeeper or whatever, and you're not really managing it. If you keep it on yourself, it's really not management either. So the amount of time that goes into babysitting the gold is nothing compared to the amount of time you have to go into being a buy and hold or having rental properties. A significant amount of time is required in rental properties. So when it comes to management part, again, gold wins because you get it, you forget about it, and you wait for the time to cash out. With real estate rental properties, you get it, you got to baby it, you got to worry about it, you got to go to eviction court, you got to get the construction guys in there, you got to market it, you got to do all these things with it. And I'm not dissing on real estate, but I'm just letting you know all the stuff that goes with it, okay? So that was the management part of it. Now, let's talk about the buying process. With gold, it's very simple. You know, like I said, you could go to your local gold dealer. They're everywhere in your metroplex. Or you go to an online gold dealer, like I've done a couple of videos. If you don't know who I bought from, very reputable companies, watch my previous videos. But what I've done is I just set online, order, boom. That's it, dude. Very simple, okay? With real estate, okay, depends on how you do real estate. If you buy traditionally, like going with the realtor, then it has its own formalities and own structures. It's a very long process, okay? From like driving around looking at properties to putting numerous offers on REOs, HUDs, foreclosures, etc., okay? So the buying process is very complex, from finding the property all the way down to getting funds for the property, all the way down from the title company closing on the deal. Where gold, like I said, is very, very simple. Once you decide you want to do it, you drive into your car or you pop up your laptop, and that's it, okay? So the buying process compared to gold to silver, one is very, very simple, the other is very, very complex. Okay, let me go to the next point. This is a very important point. And this is what I call protection from the system. With gold, you get significant protections from the system, okay? What do I mean by that? Let's say that there's a run on the banks. Let's say there's a bank crisis. Well, if I don't have my gold at the bank, see, I'm out of the system, so I'm a lot safer, okay? Where if I have, let's say, my money at the bank and the system crashes, then more than likely the bank's gonna go bankrupt and I can't get my money out. Or if there's situations like that has happened in Europe where the ATMs would only allow a few $100 disbursements per month in Greek when there was almost a meltdown, where you're not gonna have access to your life savings, where you're not gonna have access to your money. Where with gold, I'm protected from the system because I don't have to deal with the system. The other thing is that with gold, you know, let's say you're protected from creditors, you're protected from judgments because not somebody can just reach in to your banking account and take your money. Where with, let's say, real estate, it's a creditor, a judgment, creditor or anybody can put a lien on your property, and now you have to go dispute that. So it's a lot safer to have your money in gold because nobody can reach out to your banking account or reach out and put a lien on your gold like you can with real estate. So when it comes to protecting, to getting out of the metrics, this is way better than this option, okay? Which is buying real estate and holding on to it. Now let's talk about inflation, okay? And inflation is when the Federal Reserve prints up so much money and our money's not backed by a physical commodity like gold. So it's called fiat. And what that does is that every time the Fed prints out more money, it dilutes our buying power. It dilutes what the dollar is worth. Let me give you an example. When I was in high school, I could fill up my car for about 89 cents a gallon. Today, a car similar to what I had in high school, it's gonna cost me $3 to $4 to fill up. So what happened there? I lost value in my dollar. My buying power got lost. So basically the federal government and the Federal Reserve are basically stealing my youth, stealing my energy and my time because they keep diluting the water because of the fiat system that we have. So gold is a great protection for inflation. Same thing with rental properties. Rental properties are great protection for inflation because as the Federal Reserve prints out more money, the rent prices keep going up. Same thing with gold. The price, the more they print out, the more it's going to cost to incur 1 ounce of gold, which basically means we're protected for inflation. So when it comes to inflation, they're both equally, I think, in my opinion, good bets. I think I have one other point that I want to hit about the comparison. Now, this is the last one, unless I think of something else in my mind while I'm freestyling this, is that real estate and gold are hard assets. And this is very, very important because when there is a recession, when there's a depression, because you have a hard asset, you don't have to participate in the depression. You don't have to participate in the recession. What do I mean by that? Let's say I have a rental, I bought a bunch of rental properties, 2007 fourth quarter, 2008 fourth quarter. At that time, they might have had marginal equity. Some of them had a lot of equity, some of them just had little equity. But I wasn't selling at that time. I was holding on to it. I was going to wait around to right around this time when the market is time to cash out. So I didn't care that if people said home prices were losing 10%, 20%, 30%. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care if the news said, oh, it's horrible. I didn't care. I didn't care if the TV said blah, blah, blah. I didn't care if the person next to me at the taxi or the bus said real estate is horrible. I didn't care. All I knew is I was going to hold on to the property and wait for the economy to come up and then cash out. So I wasn't going to participate in a depression. As I done a video a couple of weeks ago, when you have a hard asset, you have a choice to participate in depression. You don't have to participate. So if you have this property and let's say it's worth 100 and the depression hits and now it's worth 50, fuck it, keep renting it out. You don't have to sell it for 50. You just gotta wait around. You gotta just sit out the game, just wait, and then sell it. And you might have to wait a lot longer, but you don't have to lose your money. Same thing with gold. If I buy, let's say, ounces at $1,200 an ounce, and it drops down to $300 an ounce, I don't have to participate in that party. I can just sit it out. I'll wait for it to go to $3,000 an ounce or whatever. At that time, I'll jump into the party and participate. So coming back to real estate and gold, having a hard asset allows you not to participate in a depression or recession, unlike soft assets like stocks. If you have stocks, mutual fund, you can just wake up and say, oh shit, I lost all my money, and there's nothing you can do about it. You don't have a choice. With hard assets like real estate and gold, you do have a choice. You can decide when you want to play and when you want to sit out. All right, guys, I just explained to you about 4 or 5 different ideas between buying, holding real estate versus gold. They both have their advantages and disadvantages. I'm not in favor of one or the other. I believe that there's cycles. When people go right, you got to go left. When people go left, you got to go right. I'm not economic or anything like that, but I do understand human behavior. When I see when people go right, it's time for them to go left. And in my opinion, everybody's going left right now. They're getting into real estate. They're getting into stocks. They're getting into bonds. Interest rates are all-time low. So that seems like that's not something I want to do. And if you think I'm lying, open the newspaper, open CNN, NBC, the TV, the radio, the realtor, whoever, Facebook, and you'll see everybody talking about how real estate is hot. They're doing deals, realtors doing deals, wholesalers doing deals, and it's hot. And I 100% agree with them. But that's because everybody's going this way. So when everybody's going this way, I'm looking for that way. And so the reason I'm getting into gold is not because I don't love real estate. I'll still buy a property if it's a good deal, if the cash flows like crazy, if it's subject to. But at this time, everybody's going this, I need to go this way. And so it's a cycle, and I believe, for me, gold is it. Once the market crashes, gold goes up, I'm gonna cash out on my gold and start buying real estate. And that's the end of the story, guys. If you like these videos, please like, please share, please comment. Thank you so much. Have a great day.